This session here is Lu Xiaojun's final heavy session from the Asian Championships, where at the age of 36, he once again set a new world record and walked home with a few more gold medals in his pocket. Now, with less than 50 days to go until Tokyo 2020, Lu Xiaojun stands to make history once again, though this time a different caliber of history. Throughout his career, Lu Xiaojun has won more gold medals at the World Championships level than any other competing male weightlifter, winning his first back at the 2009 World Championships in South Korea, and then again most recently at the 2019 World Championships in Thailand.
Now, the silver medalist in the snatch, in the 55 kilo category, or the 49 kilo category, the silver medalist in the snatch, Jiang Wang.
What is most astonishing about Lu is perhaps not the number of times he snatched 170 kilos or more in competition, 19 times, multiples of times more than his nearest historical competitor. It's also not the number of times that he has clean and jerked 200 kilos or more, 12 times, more than any other 77 or 81 kilo lifter since the categories began. Or even the number of times he's totaled 370 kilos or more, 10 times, at every single major championship since 2011. A total dreamed of being achieved by most of the best 77s or 81s that any continent can produce. In fact, this 370 kilo total that Lu has surpassed 3 times during just this Olympic qualifying period alone has only been hit by his successor Li Dayin, and also once by Antonino Pizzolato of Italy, who hit 370 kilos. But perhaps what is most astonishing is, in fact, the consistency. Not necessarily of makes to misses, though he does have a make to miss percentage of around 65%, which might not sound amazing, but when 24.67% of all of your lifts are world record attempts, let me say that again, 1/4 of all of his attempts in competition, 1 in 4 are world record attempts, then the 65% make percentage suddenly sounds more reasonable, especially when he makes 70% of those world record attempts. But what it is his consistency at such an elite level. It's his stamina, his longevity, his ability to endure stress at such a high level while remaining somewhat injury-free. The harder you train, the more you risk injury, and so his sustained brilliance is a testament to his training style and his workload capacity. At 36 years of age, 37 by the time he competes in Tokyo, he will represent much of what is important both inside and outside of weightlifting. A strong work ethic, a focus on his craft, a dedication beyond reasonable comparison. To demonstrate this remarkable longevity, here are some more interesting numbers. At Lu's first World Championships, he totaled 378 kilos in 2009. A decade of competing later, and at the 2019 World Championships, he again totaled 378 kilos. both of which are performances that set world records and would put him in the greatest weightlifters of all time book. He did, of course, in between those performances, lift even more. Again, if we look at his 2009 gold medal performance, he snatched a world record of 174 kilos. 12 years later, at the most recent Asian Championships, just a few days after this training session that you're watching right now, Lu again snatched 174 kilos. Again, for another world record. His ability to turn it on when the time comes is his strength. It is in many ways the reason why he was selected for these Olympic Games over the younger, fresher Lee Dai-yin. Though he had accumulated fewer total Roby points, he reached greater peaks when the moment demanded it of him. At each World Championships and at each Asian Championships, he beat Lee Dai-yin. He was the best in the world. At the less important competitions, he toned it down, going lighter, ticking over. When the time comes in a few weeks, and once again China calls upon Lu Xiaojun to step up, there is no doubt, as the legend that he has grown to become, that he will indeed step up, and he will take his place in the Weightlifting Hall of Fame.